Welcome back to another live and amplified Indie Fusion podcast. I'm your host, Tom Quatt, and we're back at it again with another amazing podcast. We are right smack dab in the middle of our pancreatic cancer fundraiser podcast marathon, and we have our next guest in the building. We have Chad Bushnell. How's it going today, man?
Going pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm enjoying the last remnants of this warm Texas weather we have this year. So,
Nice. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been to Texas, but need to get back down there.
right, it's growing. I'll put it that way. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we got all the Californians moving out here. So
Yeah.
so how's everything been going with you? You've been super busy since we've last talked. Was it March, I think we talked, and yeah, you've been super busy.
Yeah, it's been a great summer. Got to play, man, we played 80 shows probably or so, and just performed all around, a lot California, Oregon, Nevada, and then, I did an East Coast run in the Carolinas, and I didn't get to go to Texas this year. That was on the list, but hopefully next year. And we're already booked for an Arizona run next year in March, so I'm excited for that.
Nice, that's really cool. I'll be out in Arizona at the end of the month, actually.
Oh,
So
awesome. Yeah.
I it's been a while since I've actually stayed in Arizona, so I'm really excited for that. So
Oh, yeah.
normally it's like a quick drive through.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've been too, so I'm excited to get down there again.
Nice, nice. So how's the music going? I know you released some music back in September, was it?
Yeah, yeah. I released man, that's crazy. Sorry. Imperfect Prayer was a new song that I wrote with Corey Lee Barker and Mark Winowski back in Nashville, and put it out. And yeah, I'm really excited about it, and already working on my next one to put out. So
Nice. How's that whole process been? How's the are you co-writing with anyone out in California, or are you kind of doing that more once you get into Nashville?
I know once I get to Nashville, when I'm here, I usually just write by myself, and but yeah, no, it's been good. Just been writing as much as I can here. When I go to Nashville, write as much as I can, just and see what comes. That's kind of the way.
The way of the world out in Nashville?
Yeah.
Nice. Now, is the ultimate plan to kind of get yourself out or move out to Nashville, or do you kind of like the setup you currently have?
Man, just kind of doing the back and forth thing. I perform, I'm really trying to hammer the whole Western states. Like next year we're really focusing on performing like Idaho, Wyoming, South Dakota, Montana, that whole Northwest. And
Yeah.
I'm in Nashville 3 or 4 times a year. I go there to write, record, network, and then I come back here. I like my fan base is out here, and
Mm.
eventually I would love to have a house out there. That would be great.
Yeah. Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool and smart to kind of hammer the western, it's not even the West Coast, but like the west side of the
Mhm.
US, because I feel like Montana's really booming right now. Idaho's gonna start booming by proxy. Just kind of like there's a lot of stuff going on out here, and there's a lot of attention and spotlight on Texas West, like from Texas West. And
Yeah.
so it's just like you're almost like hedging your bets at this point.
Yeah, it's great to just build a real fan base, and that's what I've been really focused on doing. And be getting a van in the next part of the year and just really hitting the road and trying to keep out there. So
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So you said you're working on the next song. Have you like settled on a release date on that yet, or is it still all too fresh?
well, what I'm gonna do, I released 2 singles, and I'm gonna go ahead and put them on a 5-song EP. I have 3 songs that co-wrote and recorded. We haven't released them, so probably at the beginning of the year, I'm gonna just put that out for my fans. It's gonna be 2 songs they've heard and then 3 they haven't, and just do that. And then I'll be writing next trip to Nashville, and hopefully putting something else out this summer. So that's the goal.
Nice. That's really cool. I like the physical exclusives right now. I feel like that's a real winning formula for how the music industry currently is, because
Yeah.
it's like it rewards the people that come to your shows and show up and like pay attention, and then it gives you the opportunity to feed the Spotify like kind of algorithms.
Hmm.
So I've seen a lot of musicians doing that recently, and it's like that that strategy makes a lot of sense right now, especially if you're playing a lot of shows.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Spotify is really important. And then, iTunes and all the social media. It's just a lot of work keeping it all up, but I guess it's what you got to do.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So you'd mentioned that you've got some shows coming up, or you got a pretty big week of shows coming up.
Yeah, these next 2 weeks are going to be great. I'm heading to South Dakota in a couple days for the Rocky Mountain Fair Convention. I'm going to showcase there. And then this Saturday, November 16th, I'm doing a big show at the State Theater in my hometown, Red Bluff, California. And some Ben Haggard's going to be on it, Merle Haggard's son, Olivia Harms. And so it's going to be a great show, and I'm excited for it. And then next week, I'm doing a little 4-day acoustic run with Zach Neal from Nashville.
Nice,
So yeah.
nice. I love Olivia Harms. She's amazing. She's a
Yeah.
really talented musician. So
Mhm. Yeah,
that
she is.
that'll be cool. And then what's obviously you're staying busy this year, but um what have you been getting into outside of music? I know you sell or you have your beef jerky brand that we were talking a little bit about offline, but
Yeah.
uh
No, I still shoe horses a little bit too when I'm not out performing, and that keeps me busy. I have a house and all that, and so it's just a lot of like going little trips with my wife and hang out at home, and it's always busy, so there's always something to do.
nice, nice. Have you how's the beef jerky been? I know you're going through a company with that, right?
Yeah, it's jerky. They're based out of Redding, California, and they're pretty big. They have two full warehouses and vans that deliver, and so I have my own three flavors of jerky through them, and so yeah, it's going really well, and I have it about 8 or 10 stores. So
Nice. How did you come up with that? Was that an idea that was pitched to you, or was that or is beef jerky kind of something you've always been into?
yeah, during COVID, I had a lot of time to sit and think when all my shows canceled, and my friend McKenna Faith, I remember she did a wine about 10 or 12 years ago, and I'm like, that's cool. And so I started thinking beer, and whiskey, and then with all, it's a lot harder to get that going than people think. And then one day I said,
Hmm.
you know what? Why don't I try jerky? Because it's jerky is about 10 minutes from me, and so I just went and I hit them up, and they were all about it. So
Nice, nice, nice. So, obviously you're working on new music, but where are you kind of at in the creative process right now? Are you all like always writing, or are you more focused on the releases for the beginning of the year?
man, right, I've actually been writing lately, but during the summer, April through September, I back off writing a little bit because we play so many shows. That's when we're really hitting it hard. So I'm usually really focusing on that. I'm always thinking though, and get inspiration from something, But right now, this time of year, this next month or two, I'm really going to focus on writing along with the shows that I am still doing. But, yeah.
Is there anybody you've been listening to recently that's kind of new for you or giving you some fresh inspiration?
And I really like the Red Dirt Country.
Mm.
I listen to Casey Donahue, Aaron Watson, Sturgill Simpson, all those kind of guys. I listen to them a lot, and I really like their sound. That's I did my full album in Texas. So
Yeah,
yeah. So those guys are big inspirations to me as far as modern singers. So
nice. We'll have to for sure try and get you back out to Texas. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So you said it was on the list, but hope maybe next year you'll get back out here, or
Yeah, yeah, we're working on it right now. I'll be in Arizona for sure, and so we're working on some Texas states. Now I'm not sure where yet, but hopefully like in the Fort Worth area is where I'm going to start.
nice. Fort Worth is, I was up there. I was up in Fort Worth yesterday. Fort Worth is changed a lot since the last time I've been. It's been a little bit since, because usually when I'm going driving through DFW, I'm more on the Dallas side of things.
Oh yeah,
And it's been about 10 years since I've actually been to Fort Worth, and it's changed a lot. So it's growing.
yeah.
So awesome. How's the music scene out in California where you're at? Is it growing, or what are you kind of noticing out there?
Yeah, I'd say it's growing. There's a lot of people that are trying to do it out here. More towards Sacramento, I'd say the most. I mean, there's a big music scene there. You got the Sacramento's the capital, and there's an airport right there. So there's a big scene there. A few hours north, and there's still quite a few people up here that try to do it, and it is tough trying to do it out here. But with the internet, I mean, it's amazing what you can do.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like a lot of people are staying more in Northern California than trying to do what would be like an old traditional move of going down to like LA or something?
I think so. Yeah, I think just, with the internet and being able to do everything with social media, Spotify, interviews, all that stuff, I just think a lot of people are staying home, especially with, the economy and how expensive things are. It's hard for
Mhm.
people to just up and move to LA, and what do you do? It's
Right.
tough.
Yeah. And I mean, it's tough enough living in California. Like, I mean, I imagine just about anywhere in California is pretty expensive right now.
It is, yeah. And, it's hard too. Got family here, and stuff. And
Mm,
so I'm just back and forth a lot and just try to make it work the best I can.
for sure. For sure. But before we go on, I do want to thank you so much for joining us on this podcast for our pancreatic cancer research. It's one of those things that's near and dear to my heart. So I really appreciate you for taking the time to sit down and chat with us a little bit. So,
Well, thank you so much for having me. Now it's always a pleasure and hope to see you at CRS.
oh, I'll be there. I will be. I'm not looking forward to the fact that it's like mid-February.
I know.
Like it's like uh, I know it's only like 2 weeks, but those 2 weeks make the biggest difference in the world. But
Yeah.
maybe it'll be a warm winter. Who knows?
Yeah, yeah. We'll see. It was raining pretty hard here this morning, so
Yeah. We got pounded on Friday. Like I was sitting here doing podcasts and there were tornado sirens going off, and I'm like, oh, thank you. I live in a dry riverbed that these tornadoes ain't gonna do nothing. But it's just
yeah,
it's an interesting sight just be sitting here doing interviews and the tornado sirens are going off. So,
I could imagine. Yeah.
right. So, but I really appreciate you. If anybody wants to check out your music, any of that fun stuff, where's the best place to find you?
Then go on Spotify and iTunes at Chad Bushnell Music, and you can go on social media: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Chad Bushnell Music, and chadbushnell.com is my website. And yeah, sure appreciate it if you checked it out. So
Awesome, awesome. And then you also get your beef jerky on your website?
yeah, yeah, you can order
Awesome.
it right off my website. And, yeah.
Awesome. I know I said I'd do that at CRS and then I just straight up didn't get to it. So I gotta make a mental note on that one. So,
Thank you. I
but
appreciate that.
yeah, absolutely. But Chad, thank you so much for joining us. It's always a blast chatting with you, and hopefully we'll reconnect at CRS and get to sit down and do it again.
Yeah, no, appreciate it very
Uh,
much. And looking forward to it.
yeah, absolutely. Once again, thank you everybody for tuning in, and we will catch you all later.